started on a great note. It's the Kentucky Wildcats and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
When you talk about a home field advantage, you have to consider Kinnick Stadium. The fans are right on top of the action. They are on top of the opponent's sideline, making it one of the most difficult places to play in all of college sports. Named after Niall Kinnick, a war hero, the beautiful wave to the Cancer Children's Hospital. This is one of the most iconic spots to watch a college football game in the country. Back to you.
All right, Holly. So Kentucky's headed toward the football to break the seal on this 2027 season. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Inside, it's Turner. He's past the marker. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Back to throw, it's Pruitt. Out wide left, it's Diaz. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Third and short from the 49. Is this four-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
The Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. On the move at the 30. Out to the 35-yard line, and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Back to pass, it's Ward. Fires to the wideout. Left side is Ferguson. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. deep. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Hawkeyes offense heads out to start this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Fresh center downs going to the air. Fires to the big fella. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Finds the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
And the Hawkeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Running inside. It's Turner. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Wants to throw. It's Pruitt. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. While the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint, the Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true.
Gonna let it fly. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Snags a quick pass on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Hand off for Baxter. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Out wide right, it's Miller. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that
makes the catch, and he's free. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll give it on the counter. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And guys, how many first downs is that just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows one or two more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the third quarter.
The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Quick give. It's Baxter. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Gets the back moving. Sets his feet. It's Ward. Couldn't quite hang on to that one, and this red zone defense came that close to forcing a turnover. Third down coming up.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. On third down, he drops to throw. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
Nice job rallying there by the defense. That's a play they needed to make. They're trailing. It's still early. Lots of football to be played, but that was an important down and distance in this one early.
And it's no good. He missed it. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Hits inside. It's Turner. Into the pile. Maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Let's talk for a minute about Iowa. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Finds his big tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
Looking downfield, it's Pruitt. And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The Hawkeyes decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Kentucky offense out onto the field. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
On first down, it's Baxter again. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Picked off. What a play to set him up.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. Straight ahead, it's Turner. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Looking to throw, it's Pruitt. Back's got it on the screen. He'll be stopped just a little short of that 25-yard line, and now they have a decision to make on fourth down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted the fourth down to keep the drive going.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Iowa! The extra point here would tie the game.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. He gets it up to the 17 before being wrestled out of bounds.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's past the 30. There he goes. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Tells the run, wants to pass. Still looking to his right. Right side, it's Miller. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. And the Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Almost had the pick there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Kinnick is having a connection fit to try to help the knee on 3rd down. A designed run for the quarterback. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know, the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Dropping back, it's Ward. Rush is on. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Getting set for the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Sells the run, looking to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? They'll give it to Baxter. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. The Wildcats used the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Catch in the middle, it's Baxter. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Scanning the field, it's Ward. Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Wildcats!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And the extra point is good. Bringing it back. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. One more snap coming before halftime. From the gun, it's Turner. Turning it on! They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We begin our wraparound with Clemson, taking on the number 4 team, the Oklahoma Sooners. And it's the Tigers, able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season.
He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28.
Let's now check in on some top 25 battles today, as the landscape in this sport is truly ever-changing.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. The throw to the outside is complete. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Flip it out to the back on the screen. Tried to set up the screen, and the defense wasn't having it. So he'll help the completion percentage, but not the yardage. Stopped for no gain.
And he got it to his running back, obviously making a good decision, but nice tackle on the play. Way to get the running back on the ground and not getting the extra yards after the catch.
Here's a give to C.J. Baxter. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Ward. Going for the big play. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Kentucky! A great catch and run for 6. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a 58-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Maybe some nerves on that return, but a fortunate bounce, and they'll retain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
And the Hawkeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Diaz. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
Here comes the heat. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Wants to throw again. Unleashes one deep. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
And he missed it. No good. After the missed field goal, still down by 21 points, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. And the Wildcats have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
The Wildcats come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short.
And he's a little bit short, but how about the effort? At least he laid out. You see so many quarterbacks slide nowadays to protect themselves. He laid out for the first down. Unfortunately, he's a little bit short.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to throw, it's Ward. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Into the 3rd quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. He's looking to pass. He's got him this time. Oh, and that after the big gain, the ball's loose. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you've got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
And the Hawkeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Pruitt. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And this guy's just never been able to get into a rhythm all game long, whether it's been because of pressure or the defense disguising their coverages. He just doesn't seem right. And as a result, he's now thrown 3 picks in this game.
First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Enough to move the chains. Right down the gut of the field. The 30, the 20. He's at the 10. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he makes the extra point. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Pruitt. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. There he goes. The 10. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
And what a huge play for the offense. Hitting that throw not only is big for their confidence, but it also flips the field.
The huge explosive play put them right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. Rush right in his face. Working that wide receiver screen. Got him right there.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. Trying to power it in. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now, and you're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball, I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive.
Big guy tries to barrel in. Touchdown, Hawkeye! And they take it in for 6 more points.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's got great speed. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Got the first down. At the 35, he's got room. There he goes. He is in. Touchdown, Wildcats.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Pruitt. They're working that left side. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Hawkeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. With the draw, it's Turner. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. We've reached the break, and Kentucky is on top. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. They'll try to get the first through the air. Out wide right, it's Moulton. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Well, after allowing a touchdown on the last drive, this offense has to be able to answer. And getting that third down here on the third play of this drive is a good step toward doing that. Nice job by the QB, good rhythm. This offense now has got it going. They need to pay this thing off, but that was a big one, no question.
He's got it. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. And the Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field, making the adjustment on the play. Wants to throw on first. Throws to the wideout. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Find space. It's Moulton. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
They try to go draw, but there's just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line, and that the offense has a negative play.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you've got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him, and that's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the fourth.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
Makes him talk to the hand. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He'll be dropped.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Bush is ahead. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense.
And they are sending out the field goal unit now. Thought they might spin that wheel of fortune on 4th and short, but they'll line up for the field goal. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Right down the boulevard, it's good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And here comes the Iowa offense ready to go to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking to pass. It's Pruitt. Right side, it's Moulton. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Out wide left, it's Moulton. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Out wide right, it's Bettis. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked into what this defense is trying to do.
Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him...
Caught, and he's got room. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off play action on first down. Right side, it's Moulton. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
He's got the tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Yeah, it's tough for the defense. The tight end's just so big and physical, and it's hard to drag him down. He only needed a few yards to get that first down. Defense will have to do a better job next time.
And the Hawkeyes, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Here's a give to Moulton. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Drops back. It's Pruitt. Oh, pressure's coming. And he avoids the sack.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They'll send the tight end in motion. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
And, guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. They're all over him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed fourth down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, you know, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. They'll need a bunch on second down. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee.